why you got into this and the real reason I got you on, buttering you up there, talking about your company. I know you won't talk about clients, but I've talked to Joel Scalzi and others, expert on safe homes and things. The elites, the rich people, the retired CIA agents, they're the ones getting the bunkers, but buried under their house. They don't even want people knowing they've had bunkers. So I want to talk about some of the intel you've got for us on that front.
Well, it's good to be with you, Alex. I appreciate it. You asked how I got into the shelter business. A few years back, some of my friends had concerns about what was going to be coming up in the future, being 2012 and beyond, and the writing was on the wall. And so I started looking around for shelter for myself, and I went to the few people that there were in the country that were making them. It was pretty much just a hobby for them. There wasn't really anybody established that did it full-time, other than government contractors that made multi-million-dollar shelters for the government. So I wanted a shelter that was comfortable, that wouldn't feel claustrophobic. I looked at the few that were out there, the yahoos that made them. They were characters. They didn't have the skills. You felt like you just might as well bury a pipe and crawl in a pipe. And I said, you know what, that's not what I want. I want a shelter that feels like home, that's comfortable, that's livable, that I could spend any amount of time I want to spend in it. I could use it as a hunting cabin for weekends. So I basically designed the shelter that I have today. And then there were features that I saw that I wanted that they didn't exist. One was an escape tunnel. I didn't want one way in and one way out. I wanted one way in and two ways out. I wanted the second way out to be a secret escape tunnel that was basically hidden yards away from my shelter, that I could pop my head up like a gopher. If somebody tried to attack my shelter, I could escape or defend my shelter. The other thing I wanted, that if somebody found my hatch and they knew that I was down there with the shelter, I wanted an airlock between my hatch and my shelter. So what I did is, on my bulkhead, I laser cut a door, and I have a decontamination room between my blast hatch and the door to the shelter. So when you come down the stairs, you enter into like basically the garage, into a house. Imagine you walk through your garage door, then you got to open the door to go into the house.
But isn't that really good for security? In case somebody came in, now you've got warning time, plus you can mount cameras and stuff outside.
I do got cameras, and if somebody finds my hatch, I close my door. It was laser cut. It's cut to 1/1000th inch. I close it. It should be airtight. So if they drop gasoline, smoke, tear gas, they think they're going to get me out. Well, they've got bad news. What I'm going to do is, first I'm going to go to my VHF radio, which is a shortwave radio that I can call somebody directly. Hopefully I have one of my prepper buddies that would be in the ground. I call them to come help me out and get the guys off my hatch, deal with them. Or I'd wait till nightfall, and I would go ahead and release the sand in my escape hatch, prepare to pop my head up at night and defend myself or escape. So these are two things